about remodeling the masjid. I'll get back to the subject. After we remodeled the masjid, and my sons was helping a lot, said, hey, we'll just buy a van and we'll do a lot of remodeling work, you know. And this guy said, no, don't do that. So what you got in mind? He said, we'll get a truck, go to auction, it only costs $1,200 or something, actually. Spend a little more than that. Then the welding machine costs $2,000. You know those welding machines, you put it on the back of the truck, and then, you know, you can have mobile welding. If people need this welding, you go out there, and you get usually plenty of work. This guy brought welding books and everything, and you know how young kids are, they get stuff like that real quick. So you're supposed to draw beads. And within 2 days, they was hooking them up. Just like that. He stopped coming. So if people call in here from overseas and everywhere, and family members, we gotta have you on the news. We gotta have you on the news. Well, I've been knowing them since, well, all my life, but when I'm at headquarters 20-something years ago, and these young guys doing media, and he get little contracts, I already know that the government is giving him contracts and boosting him up, so, because he's my great nephew, and pretty soon they'll send him by. And all the contracts that, you know, like Contentment and all these other big stuff like that, that's what they do. You can tell, okay. So, I got a call the other day, a week later or so, and the kid is in the car. He said, well, Uncle, such thing happened, and I got a lot of hits right now from something I said about white folks, and they put me right in the mix. I went viral. I said, if you went viral, all the white folks is the one that send you viral, whatever it is. I said, you know, I said, that's good, catch me later. Of course, I expected it. And the kids in there, they looking silly, because they play along with that dumb stuff too. But now, let me get clear of something. My sons, I don't blame them for none of this. Because now, they do, you couldn't imagine the fitna that they do, right? But you gotta imagine, if say 85, me and my younger son go visit my older son in prison. And we go in the visiting room, then they take us out. They say, oh, your son, he's been sent to the hole, and I've been in prison before. So as soon as I come out of the visiting room, I go to the change sheet. You know, they have a change sheet that if you're going to change your room or you're going to change your job, every day they have a change sheet. You know, I look Sheldon Reams, he ain't no change. Then I looked at the guys working in the visiting room, and they just did like this. No, man, the homeboys right there on the, you know. So imagine they do all that stuff all the time, right? So I called up there to the penitentiary the next day, and I said I wanted to talk to Sheldon Reams, his foreman. I talked to his foreman. I said, how's Sheldon doing? Oh, he's doing fine. I said, not in the hole or nothing? Heck no, he ain't in the hole. Right? In other words, so, I mean, I ain't filed no paperwork on him because why? It's normal. But here's the thing. When they were little kids, the police would tell me, that's when I was in exile. And so here's the police stopping the kids. They playing, they up in the middle class. They're in a nice neighborhood. And they're up there riding their bikes with all their friends. And they ask, what's your name? They take little kids on bicycles. What are they doing? Right? Is there something wrong? But the kids don't know how to act. What did I do something wrong or something? What you doing? But they're violating their little rights as kids. They're not doing anything. Then they get to, what's your name? My name's Sheldon Reed. Your father's Clarence Reed? Yeah. We're going to get him. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Now imagine the psychic that stuff works, because maybe let's say 10, 12 years ago, the police come in behind. I'm coming down the street, so I pull in our yard. And let's see your license and all of that. So I give him my ID, which is what I have. You such and such and such. I said, what the hell are you doing? And this is our property. What you doing in this neighborhood? My son is with me. Dad, slow down. Take it easy. He's petrified. And then I'm going in the trunk. Now I wait. You try to go in the trunk on the police. See what they do to you. As soon as you reach out there, blow all this part of your hand. They just probably shoot you in the head and save the bullets, trying to shoot your hand. So I wait till they get the information. Now I know from then to now, they have to get on the phone and they have to call here, probably around here somewhere. And that person is supervising me. And that person, this is the 50th call, because I get stopped all the time. So they got a call. I don't have driver's license. And I ain't trying to get none either. I just don't have it. And I get stopped in Colorado. Suppose you get stopped, you don't have driver's license, insurance, and the car ain't, and nobody, they don't know who the hell's car belongs to. Are you gonna just drive off? I do it every time, all the time. Well, have a nice day, Hey, I was just about here on the highway here in Pennsylvania. And I kind of had a feeling about it, but I didn't know. This was when we first got married, so that's way back, almost 30 years ago. That's 20-something years. So the Pennsylvania police stopped me, and he said, let's see your license. So I ain't got no license. Oh boy, he was happy. He run back to the car, and then he come back again, and he getting ready to go back. I said, take me to your little country jails. I was very serious about it. Take me to your little old country jail. Goes back, checks again. So you're going to have to let her drive. You wrote no ticket, you wrote nothing. And then I told Sister Bahia, she's sitting right there, so watch this. I didn't know this then, but I just had a feeling. They messed with me, so they got everything on me. And that's when I found out for sure. Before they do anything, they got a call. So in Oakland, imagine now they didn't call some other police. I'm talking to them. What y'all doing in Oakland? You don't live here in Oakland. This is my town. Dad. Then I go in the trunk. Now the other police, the senior officer, he called him back here, and they telling him, you can see him pacing. And they saying, stand down. And the man is having a fit. And I'm going in trunk of the car. Yeah, and I ain't talking sweetie pie talk. Nobody can do that. Mukhtar is watching. There's Ahmed Shama, the Arab, one of the Arab brothers in LA. He's watching, and my son is having a panic. Just like my youngest son, the day before they hit the Masjid in Oakland, they got one of them fuzzy bearded, the new Taliban, whatever they are now. But he's police. So he's in the Masjid praying. So you ain't praying in here, you gotta get out. So he's the one that I'm moving toward him all the time. I'm watching the way he slide back. This boy, of course, has been trained. He slide back, slide to the side. You know, it's a little bit difficult for me to box him in. Finally, I get him boxed in, and he just leaned forward. He's the one that leaned forward and reached out, started calling all kind of girl names. I said, yes, indeed. I knew it all the time. You know, because see, when you get a guy in a box, his training gonna come out. If you got a guy that boxes real good and he did a little martial arts, he might do a little martial arts at first, but if you get heat on him, he going back to boxing. Because he automatically does it. I know how to do this. Better than that, I just got 1 year of training in martial arts, right? And I got my whole life, I'm a boxer. So he started throwing hooks, jabs, and uppercuts, you know what I mean? And all that. And with precision, because he knows. So when you box a police in, he steps forward and leans back. Hey man, for his gun? Yes, indeed. So the point I'm making is, what's going on now is nothing new. This stuff has been going on. Okay. The other thing I'd like to talk about is Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui. We had a program with him. And I don't know if this where it's at. But Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui had a system. This is in, maybe it's here somewhere. But it was in 86. And so, anyway, it happened, so I just mentioned it. So what happened was, I asked Dr. Kaleem Siddiqui, I was a moderator of the program. It was at the Arab Youth Program. It was in Dallas. That's exactly right. It was in Dallas. And then I went to the other program in Oklahoma. So the question came up. There was a lot of discussion about methodology. So it was a long question to ask Dr. Siddiqui. Well, Dr. Siddiqui, if you're so supportive of the Islamic Revolution, and these brothers were Shias, so why don't you just become Shia? He said, I said, we don't have, the Sunnis don't have certain beliefs. I said, I could follow a Shia Imam that has, because all of them are taught Sunni fiqh too, all of them. When you get big, you have to go through all of the different fiqh. So anyway, he said, I could follow any of the ulama, you know, they could lead me with my Sunni beliefs, you know, and they're Shia. I mean, we could do, we're flexible. They can't do that, but we could. So he talked about method for a minute. He says, the method I'm using right now is the random sowing method. So I asked him a question, I said, and I thought he had said the mutual sowing. He said, no, the random sowing method. He said, right now, I'm putting this word out, just like seeds. And if they grow anywhere, that's good. So I said, okay, Doc, I got it. So here is it's called Success Package for Young Bloods, Negroes. And it has, I don't know, you can probably remember I had that duplicate machine for up there. Okay. So this is a set of tapes. They got me surrounded. Then, you can see from them days, from the mid-'80s, early, from day one, why I didn't get an opportunity to just get into this Islam and open a masjid and all that, that's for somebody else to answer. But I was surrounded from day one, right away. All kind of little traps and foolishnesses and things. I mean, from day one. One of the brothers went up to Oregon and spoke up there in Eugene. And that's one of the reasons after he went up there and spoke, then we came up behind him because he gave a good report on it. So, we went up there a little later. Actually, we raised a lot of money, excuse me, on that trip. But in this case, the government had already surrounded our community. We never had a chance to just develop or whatever you, and then we'll keep an eye on you. They had an eye on me from day one. It was a carryover from before. You know, yesterday, when I went walked over in the park, right there by where the swimming pool was, when I got out of the car, first I sat there a long time, just cruising. I mean, just taking it easy. And so I remember in the winter when it would be kind of like it's cool outside, but if your car is not moving and the windows are rolled up, that it's a special kind of heat that kind of just puts you to sleep almost. So I was sitting there yesterday. Then when I got out of the car to go in the trail, I said, well, let me do a couple of push-ups. So I got down kind of slow, and then, you stretch out like a push-up. Zoom! Are you all right? Because I got down slow. The police, this is not a picture, but this is the police or something. Like right now, if I go over here and I fall out, I don't have to, no problem. The police is there right away. He thought, you okay? You all right? If I run up that hill, and then, it's a hot day, and I put my hands on my leg and get a little older. You okay? White man, white woman, right away, right at the top of the hill. The detectives, they police. I'm driving down the freeway and the police, PD County Police. Do you remember when I got arrested a long time ago for the police had attacked, he attacked, what's those light-skinned people around here? Danny, something, the one that his name was Danny, I remember. But it's a light-skinned, right. They won't marry dark-skinned people. So we driving right down there, it's 295, right over there. So I'll think his name. I just had it there. So anyway, Proctor, Danny Proctor, that was his name. Because when we was in jail, they asked, Daddy brought what you in here for. Then they asked me, you an imam, aren't you? I said, yeah. So, well, why are you in jail? I said, well, the police was attacking him. So they just looked all the way, what the heck is that? So anyway, we're driving. We just had our picnic out there somewhere. Huh?
Buddy at the park.
Yeah, yeah. So I'd always said, this is Bahia, she's in the back seat with Sakina. Because Sakina is 18 months old, maximum, maybe 2. So I didn't always say it, I always see the police with the young guys. I said, if the police mess with me, I'm not going to sit down and I had a chance to prove it over there by the river over there. Anyway, so when the police, the PG counted and chased the Negro into D.C., right over there on the side road. Nanny Ellen Borough is down here, and then between that and Benning Road on the other side. So I stopped. The police got the brother, he's stretched out. They got he's up in the front seat. They got his hands out the window and his body outside the front seat, driver's seat. And the other police, there's 3 of them, got his legs holding him straight on the other side, and they wearing him out. They just beating him. They just beating him. The poor guy. They beating him. So I see that. And then, you know where you pulling over? I mean, you automatically going to do something. I said, so you can have a split-second thought. Man, this guy could at least had the DC police do it. This is the PG police and they white, you know what I mean? And they had just killed 4 Negroes. I don't know if y'all, they just killed 4 Negroes. So I'm getting out of the car and I'm here, and I'm just saying to myself, at least homeboy could have got into it with the DC police. So anyway, now I walked right up to him. And the 2 I grabbed them, I was a lot younger than I grabbed them boys, they batons. They was beating the guy. And first they was just shocked. Maybe a second or 2. They didn't know, they was shocked. I'm not trying to get nobody's guns or nothing. I just got my hands on both of their batons.